Anybody that knows me knows I love my boxing. All right, I'm a fan of the sport. Anytime I get an opportunity to promote the sport, I'm going to take advantage of it. And I really, really appreciate when cats show up, particularly for big fights, and show their brilliance. I don't like choke artists. I don't like people who are elite and then the moment arrives and then you can't find them, okay? I like cats that show you who they are.
Boxing may have just accidentally revealed its messiest secret yet. Because what if the Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson saga was never really about punches, rankings, or championships at all?
Like either or. I think any of these guys get in front of me, they got a lot to deal with.
Who are you here with? Are these people, who's your manager? I know you got your brother. Who?
My manager is Jay Prince, he's not here.
Jay Prince is not here. Let me tell you something right now. I don't like your answers.
What if the fight that fans have been begging for has secretly become boxing's longest-running reality show? And now, even Stephen A. Smith has stepped into the chaos, throwing verbal grenades that have fans asking one question nobody seems able to answer. Who actually wants this fight? And trust me, the deeper you go down this rabbit hole, the crazier it gets. It all started when Stephen A. Smith delivered what sounded less like a sports take and more like a warning shot.
Sean Davis having an opportunity to derail the plans that might give it. That might incentivize Shakur to sign the deal.
Right.
Maybe not.
I mean, what are your thoughts on, because I know that Jay Prince said that once Shakur gets bigger and stronger, then he'll be, ready to move up and fight Devin. Can you clarify if you've been in negotiations? Have y'all been approached to sign with Zuffa? Have y'all been offered a deal with Zuffa, or is it Zuffa or Zuffa?
Well, what I can say that it's a fight on the table for Devin and Shakur with that.
He praised fighters who show up when the lights are brightest and criticized elite athletes who allegedly disappear when the pressure reaches maximum levels. Now, he never directly declared anyone guilty of anything, but boxing fans immediately connected the dots. And suddenly the Devin Haney and Shakur...
So, Bill, you trying to say you want that next? Your son versus Shakur Stevenson next? That's what you want?
Absolutely.
All right, would you take it at 144, though, Bill? Would y'all take that at 144?
No, we won't take it at no 144.
All right, what about 147 with a rehydration? Would you take that?
No.
Oh, it's there. So I don't see...
Stevenson's situation exploded all over again. But here's where things get weird. Just when everyone thought the story was cooling off, Devin Haney allegedly dropped what many fans viewed as a digital grenade. A leaked message that reportedly suggested Shakur Stevenson wasn't as eager to make the fight happen as people believed. Suddenly...
And a tough guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also said Virgil Ortiz is very dangerous. And that don't think of that other big tall dude. He's just a freak. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Pandora.
Yeah, he's the Wemby. Yeah, he's the Wemby of the boxing. It doesn't mean that he can't be beat, but it's an extremely tall task. So when I say that we're definitely looking at him, you know what I'm saying? We'll fight any of them at 147. But of course, we like the way that Xander looked, you know what I'm saying? And now we're going to look at him with...
Social media transformed into a courtroom. Half the fans became prosecutors. The other half became defense attorneys. Nobody had all the facts, yet everybody somehow had a verdict. And just when it looked like Shakur Stevenson was losing control of the narrative, another twist arrived. Bill Haney stepped into the conversation, and what he revealed allegedly raised even more questions than answers.
It's not fighting because of Devin. Devin and them had they little situation that they try to throw out there, some little chump change.
What's chump change? Is it a percentage?
Yeah, chump change is I'll tell you exactly what it is. They offered me less than I made in my last 3 fights for supposedly the biggest fight of my career.
X amount of money this fight, then I made X amount of money this fight, then I made X amount of money this fight, and then now I'm supposed to be fighting, this supposed to be a big fight, but y'all trying to give me less than what I made in them 3 fights?
According to the ongoing discussion, business considerations, future matchmaking plans, and even Shakur's physical development could all be affecting whether this fight happens. Wait, physical development? That's when fans started asking if this wasn't just a negotiation anymore. Was this actually a timing issue disguised as a fight discussion? But hold on, because this is where the story takes another turn. Reports suggest weight negotiations may have become the invisible villain in this entire saga. Bill Haney reportedly shut down ideas involving 144 pounds.
At everything when it comes to boxing.
So will that fight ever happen?
It probably will, but I told them, and this is what I told everybody at 147 pounds. Only way I'm fighting at 147 if it's a 10-pound rehydration, and that's what he did his last fight with Chris Eubank. They fought in England, and he had a 10-pound rehydration because the guy was way bigger than him. So I'm just returning the favor.
And wasn't interested in a 147-pound fight with a rehydration clause either. And suddenly fans started realizing something uncomfortable. You can't have a mega fight if both sides can't even agree on where the scale should stop. It's like planning a wedding while arguing about whether the ceremony should happen on Earth or the moon. But before anybody could fully process that, another curveball arrived. Bill Haney wasn't acting like someone waiting around for Shakur Stevenson. Not at all. He started mentioning other names, dangerous names.
Boxing fans, myself included, have been wanting to see drop a couple of names, one of them being Mike Javonte Tank Davis, another one Devin Haney. There was like talk
That wasn't true.
Not true, but it got people excited because that's one of the fights that we would love to see as boxing fans. So my question is, before, I know you're still early on in you've still got a couple more years ahead in your career. Could we see these fights being made?
I've been said like 1,000 times, I'm with fighting all of these guys. Like I would love to fight any of them at any given time. But that's on these guys. Come to the table and say they want to fight and make it make sense. I feel like even with the talks, right, with the Devin Haney situation, I feel like the talk started from Team Haney, but it never was a real like negotiation or reach out, let's talk about this. It never was that kind of like thing. So, but for me personally, I just feel like I'm willing to fight any and everybody. Anybody you name, they want to rumble. I'm different under them.
Jaron Boots Ennis, Sebastian Fundora, Virgil Ortiz Jr., Xander Zayas. And when fans heard that list, the reaction was immediate. Wait a minute. If Team Haney is already shopping for alternatives, does that mean they believe the Stevenson fight isn't happening anytime soon? Or was this all part of the pressure campaign? Nobody knew. Then came the response from Shakur Stevenson. And let's just say he wasn't exactly accepting the villain role being written for him. According to Stevenson, the problem isn't fear, the problem is money. And that changed everything.
Would the weight be an issue?
Will the weight, I mean, that's the problem. That's the biggest issue because it's like fans want me to just move up fight after fight. Like I just moved up to 140 in my last fight. That was my first time ever at 140. You know why they want me to move up fight after fight? Because I'm that good. So how about they give me my credit and say how good I am, and then maybe we'll be talking about it. But I just don't think like right now I'll be fighting at 147. Like I feel like that's going to come in the years to come. I feel like 47 will be my last weight class. Then I look at like a guy like Devin, and they could act like, oh, well, when you get to 47, he might be going to 54. I don't see it. Like I don't see it. Like I think them guys at 54 is way bigger than them guys at 47. So I think he's going to be at 40.
Because suddenly the conversation shifted away from who's ducking who and toward who is getting paid what. Stevenson claimed that the proposed deal allegedly offered less money than he earned in several of his recent fights. And if that claim is accurate, his supporters argue that accepting the offer would have made little business sense. But critics weren't impressed. They fired back immediately. Because in boxing,
you know, you guys are in negotiations with Shakur Stevenson. I mean, how those negotiations going?
Well, I mean, you got a chance to see it was live when me and Jay talked about it. It doesn't get no more live or no more realer than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm. True. But he was saying kind of things like more like it's going to be in the future type of deal. You just never. Bernie, you were saying it more like it's more like realistically now in the 20s.
Well, yeah, because you never know when he's gonna pull up, when he's ready to pull up. You just got to stay ready. In our position, we don't have the luxury of being under the weight, and we can get ready and we can do all the other in my opinion. So I won't be blindsided about not being prepared for this opportunity. So from a coaching standpoint, from a business standpoint, we're ready.
I mean, and then obviously the big deal and the negotiations with Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney.
I mean, obviously there's some truth to it because the fighter's gonna go where the money at.
You know, fans often hear the same thing every time a mega fight stalls. Timing, money, negotiations, weight, rehydration clauses, network issues, promotional issues, planet alignment issues. At some point, people stop listening to the reasons and start wondering why the fight still isn't signed. And that's exactly what happened here. Suddenly, social media became an endless loop of accusations, reactions, memes, and theories.
Thank you for the 5-piece. Ask Greg why he thinks Shakur turned down the fighting Dev for Undisputed. Keep it 100.
Because he knows that's a great fight. He knows Dev has something for him. But he got something for Dev. It's a great fight. He know Dev, he know he could possibly lose to Dev. There are things that Dev understand about boxing that Shakur understand, and he wouldn't be able to just take full advantage of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? They both got an education. That's what I'm saying. This comes down to education. That's why Floyd and them used to yell, skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the gym working on your skills package. A lot of these dudes ain't working like they think they working. You know what I'm saying? They in the gym, they sweating. You know what I mean? They're working hard, but the information that's being transferred to them is...
Some fans allege Stevenson was avoiding Haney. Others claimed Haney was creating impossible conditions. Then came what felt like another fake breaking news moment in the middle of the drama. Stevenson doubled down and insisted he'd fight practically anyone, including Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. He argued that people keep confusing social media discussions with actual negotiations. According to Stevenson, real fights happen in boardrooms, not comment sections. Sounds reasonable, right? Well, not so fast. Because moments later, the weight conversation came roaring back like the villain in a movie that refuses to stay dead. Stevenson pointed out that he only recently moved to 140 pounds and believes jumping immediately to 147 could be premature. Supporters nodded their heads.
I said it's not gonna happen, bro. I was like, how boxing is, bro. I feel like it's not gonna happen, bro. It's boxing, bro. We know how boxing is, bro. We all know how boxing is. People get in the ring, and then it creates, when somebody get in the ring, it creates this effect, and then it builds up the fight, and it's gonna probably, but I just don't feel next. I don't feel like, I think it could happen, but as far as next, I don't think it's gonna happen because the promoters know, bro. Like, I mean, I'm on the other side now. I'm not a boxer.
Critics rolled their eyes, and suddenly everyone was fighting over timelines instead of opponents. But then the story got even stranger. Boxing voices like Greg Hackett and Regis Prograis entered the discussion. And instead of picking sides, they focused on something much more interesting. They suggested this fight is dangerous for both men. Not one-sided, not easy. Dangerous, competitive, unpredictable. The kind of fight where reputations get tested and futures can change overnight. And if that's true, then maybe the delay isn't about fear at all. Maybe it's about risk. But wait, because just when you think you've identified the hidden story, another layer appears. Enter Zuffa. Reports and online speculation started circulating that both Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson could potentially become involved with Zuffa's boxing plans. Suddenly, fans weren't talking about weight classes anymore. They were talking about power moves, business moves, future promotions, entire career directions.
What's told to me is that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson have ironclad signed with Zuffa. That announcement is imminent, could be as early as next week. This is what I was told. And I was also told that Zuffa, the fight they want upon signing both of them, is them fighting each other.
Boxing is an emotional-driven, low IQ sport. Instead of people just having accountability and saying what it is, with this situation with Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, they will go and tell you that Devin Haney is ducking Shakur Stevenson. What? Devin Haney is ducking Shakur Stevenson? Devin Haney is making false offers to Shakur Stevenson. He really don't want to fight Shakur Stevenson. People in my inbox, they oh, you hating on Shakur Stevenson? No, I'm not. Let's just be real. Jay Prince himself said Shakur's not ready.
And according to some reports, one of the dream matchups being discussed could allegedly be Haney versus Stevenson itself. Now stop right there. Think about what that means. If a future promotional deal is potentially waiting in the background, then every delay, every negotiation, every public statement starts looking completely different. The story stops being about a single fight and starts becoming about positioning. Suddenly, the chessboard gets bigger, but then came what many fans considered the biggest twist of all, Jay Prince. Because throughout all the arguing, finger-pointing, and speculation, people kept returning to comments reportedly suggesting that Stevenson needed more time to grow into a higher weight class and become stronger before taking certain fights. And that's where the entire debate split into two completely different realities. In one version of the story, Shakur Stevenson is being unfairly criticized while carefully managing his career. In another version, fans believe those comments explain exactly why the fight hasn't happened. Same facts, completely different interpretations.
They told me that Jay Prince reached out to them and demanded that Keyshawn Davis be the #1 challenger in their ranking system, and he wants to make him the mandatory for Devin Haney. He is also Shakur Stevenson's manager. He stated to Bill Haney on Wallow and Gilly in front of the world that went viral. Shakur's not ready. He's a 135-pounder that got to get bigger and stronger. Shakur Stevenson hangs on the word of Jay Prince. So now we don't believe Jay Prince? Shakur has told us he's not a 147-pounder. And they want to make a big splash. They want to make Shakur versus Devin Haney now. Shakur does not want to make the fight. So please explain to me how in the hell on this green earth is it Devin Haney that's ducking Shakur Stevenson and making fake offers? Somebody please explain that to me. How could that even remotely be possible? Now you just heard Sean Zeitel saying that it's Shakur's side. We heard Jay Prince already say that Shakur's not ready.
And here's the part nobody wants to admit. Both sides might be seeing only part of the picture. Because what if the real story isn't Haney versus Stevenson? What if the real story is boxing itself? A sport where money, timing, contracts, rankings, managers, promoters, future opportunities, and weight classes all fight each other before the fighters ever step into the ring. Suddenly the narrative changes. Suddenly the villain isn't a person, it's the process. But just when you think that's the final twist, there's one more, because the longer this situation drags on, the bigger the fight becomes. Think about it. Every interview creates headlines, every disagreement creates attention, every rumor creates another debate, every leaked message creates another week of discussion. The fight is generating interest even without happening. And that leads to the biggest question of all. What if the controversy itself has become almost as valuable as the fight? Not because anyone planned it that way, but because boxing fans can't stop talking about it. Every delay creates another chapter. Every chapter creates another argument. And every argument keeps Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson locked in each other's orbit. So now we're left with a mystery that feels bigger than the fight itself. Is Shakur Stevenson waiting for the perfect opportunity? Is Devin Haney growing tired of waiting? Is Zuffa quietly watching from the shadows? Are weight negotiations the real obstacle? Is money the issue? Or are fans witnessing the slow construction of a mega fight that's being built piece by piece in public? Because after everything we've heard, every rumor, every interview, every alleged negotiation, every fan reaction, and every dramatic twist, one shocking possibility remains. Maybe nobody is avoiding anybody. Maybe everybody is simply playing a different game than the fans think they're watching. And if that's true, then the biggest reveal in this entire controversy isn't who wants the fight. It's whether the fight was ever the real story in the first place. So tell me this. If Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson finally sign tomorrow, will it prove everyone wrong? Or will it prove that this entire saga was building toward that moment all along?